All right, how about this? Four driverless cars from one of the companies doing this called Cruise came to abrupt and extended stops, all within the same hour or so last night.
Yeah, and we have a reporter on staff who knows all about that. They backed up traffic at 3 different places in San Francisco, and that forced cars and buses to reroute. All of this happening, by the way, on one-way streets. KRON 4's Ella Sogomonian was stuck behind one of the cars. So, boy, you saw this firsthand. What a mess.
Yeah, and it took a bit longer than I think a lot of us drivers were willing to wait for this problem to clear up, given that it was a one-way street, pretty hard to get around, and it was quite the unusual experience. It disrupted many people. Dan Thorne and I had to get out, look around, and see that there was nobody inside the car that we could talk to help get it out of the way. And take a look at this close call in another incident on the same night. This is a Cruise car that really clearly is in the lane uncomfortably close to a Muni bus. At 10 o'clock on Thursday night, someone in San Francisco climbed atop an autonomous car to get down by shaking off their frustration. They were one of many people stuck behind the 2 self-driving Cruise cars that stalled on a one-way street at Sacramento and Leavenworth. Behind them, a taxi and 2 buses.
The bus is coming.
20 minutes later and a few blocks over, yet another driverless Cruise car was captured inexplicably straddling 2 lanes mid-merge, stopping just inches away from the side of a Muni bus over on Geary and Franklin streets. Then another 20 minutes later, KRON 4's Dan Thorne and I found ourselves stuck behind another Cruise vehicle with no one inside to help resolve the problem. This incident also on Sacramento Street, but at Mason, where a Line 1 bus was forced to sit idle on a hill beside the Fairmont Hotel before rerouting. Look at all of this space on the side of the road. For some reason, the vehicle did not have any capacity of pulling over into all that space. A phone number flashed on a screen inside, directing us to reach a technician because the self-driving feature was turned off.
I don't know about not having anyone in those things yet, especially if they're coming to abrupt stops in the road in the middle of the night. Probably not the best.
But by the time one arrived, laptop in hand, 20 minutes had already passed. The same amount of time, witnesses said, it took to clear the way at the first scene on Leavenworth. A Cruise spokesperson responded to KRON 4 saying, "Safety is a guiding principle of everything we do. That means if our cars encounter a situation where they aren't able to safely proceed, they stop and turn on their hazard lights. And we either get them operating again or pick them up as quickly as possible. This could be because of a mechanical issue like a flat tire, a road condition, or a technical problem. We're working to minimize how often this happens." They wouldn't really say how often it does happen. Despite the disruption to Muni buses, the city's transportation authority did not comment on the impact this had on their riders. They instead referred me to the California Public Utilities Commission that has regulatory authority over Cruise cars, but that agency did not get back to us. And San Francisco Board Supervisor Aaron Peskin, who represents the areas where this all happened, only had this to say: not a good situation. Back to you, Catherine.